We spend a few magnificent days in Pancake Creek, exploring and even trying to catch a fish. The fishing wasn't great, so lucky we bought some steak. The next morning we're up with the sun to catch the tide out of Pancake. Conditions are light and we have a pleasant trip to Bundaberg.
Well, flare comes down for the end of the day. We left Pancake Creek this morning at daybreak, about 6 o'clock we steamed out, probably about 5 o'clock, and the sun's just going down here, and we've just dropped anchor in the Brisbane River off the marina. So we've booked a pen for tomorrow night. We're going to spend the night here. I've taken Pip over at the shore already, and we're just getting organised for a bit of dinner and a bit of sleep, I guess, and we'll go over and fuel up in the morning, and then we'll have one night in the marina before we head a bit deeper down into Hervey Bay. Been a good trip, a little bit ordinary to start with, and a bit of no wind in the middle, but most of it we carried probably a 10 knot easterly, and it gave us a bit of a lift the whole way down. So yeah, good trip, and looks like being a pleasant night. We're anchored off Kingfisher on Fraser Island. We left the morning before at 1 o'clock in the morning from Bundaberg just to get the weather right, to get down into Hervey Bay, and had a pretty good trip. Didn't see much because it was dark, of course, but yeah, the wind was good, and we motored all the way across down to the Fairway Buoy and then down to here. So we're just trying to get the weather right to get home. Probably another week or so, but this is a lovely spot, and it's supposed to blow from the southeast for the next couple of days up to about 25 knots, so we're well out of it here, and we'll stay in the shelter of Fraser while that weather system goes through. Nice beach, good coffee, and a calm anchorage. What more could you want? Well, back through the sandy Strait, Kingfisher for a couple of days. We've had a couple of really nice nights there, really flat, good conditions, and we're just making our way up to Sheridan Flat now to get the high tide to get through the shallow part. So we'll get through there and head down to Pelican Point, and we'll wait there for a day or so, and then cross the Wide Bay Bar and hopefully get a bit of northerly to get down to Mooloolaba. The last couple of trips, we don't want to mess up the great weather we've had so far this season. It's been pretty phenomenal. Anyway, good calm weather sailing through the sandy Strait.
We're having a great time until an idiot in a rib flies past at full noise, making things more uncomfortable than being at sea. I'm not sure whether they're ignorant or arrogant.
beauty bream. It's called a Spanish dancer. Beautiful.
Is it dead?
No,
Well, then why didn't you bring it?
I brought it to show you. I'm going to let it go in a minute.
Wow. Gosh, look at him.
We'll put him in the water, let him go.
We have a lovely calm night in Pelican Bay.
Well, we just slipped out through the fisherman's gutter at Double Island Point. Saves a lot of time on the bar. It's always a little bit tongue-in-cheek because it's quite shallow going through, but you can see today perfect conditions for doing it. There's virtually no wind at all, so to save a couple of hours in the washing machine that is Wide Bay Bar, we've poked out through the fisherman's gutter. Got out okay. We got down to about 2 metres of water, and we're probably 1.5 metres off the high tide, so it is doable, but yeah, always a little bit iffy as you head out through there. So a couple of hours we'll be at Double Island Point, then we'll shape a course south down towards Mooloolaba. Looks like being a nice day again.
A light northerly develops after we round Double Island Point and we unfurl the sail. The sun sets as we pass Mooloolaba, but we push on, bound for Bundaberg on the southwest side of Bribie Island. Passing a cruise ship in the channel just before we arrive.
Well, we're back in Moreton Bay, nearly home. Probably a bit earlier than we thought, but yeah, at least we're back here. We've had such a good season this year. The weather has been fantastic, and have a look at it today. It's dead calm here in Moreton. Not even any sail up, so no breeze at all. We're going to head across to the Brisbane River and poke up there for a day or two, and then I guess it'll be the last trip up to the Broadwater and back to the Gold Coast. It's been a great trip. We've had a fantastic time. The weather has been just so good, so we can't complain about that, that's for sure. Just got to get these last couple of little trips right, and it's great.
We pass the port of Brisbane as we head into the river and anchor for the night just under the Gateway Bridge. The next morning we travel up to the Bulimba Reach and anchor off the Brisbane Sailing Squadron. Pip goes ashore, and then we head further upstream into the center of the city.
How good's this? We just anchored up at Kangaroo Point. We're right under the Story Bridge.
I've chucked a couple of bits of steak on the barbie for a steak sandwich, and we're going to have lunch here in the Brisbane River. Just a good little trip up the river, having a bit of a look around, and we'll head back down towards the other side of Bulimba and anchor up for the night. It's a beautiful afternoon, it's lovely. Well, a couple of good days up the river in Brisbane. Had a look at the Big Smoke. Got up to Bulimba and had lunch and coffee and had a pretty good time. But while we were there, we've organised to haul out next week. Next Tuesday we come out of the water at Boatworks up the Coomera River near home. So we're just heading back that way now. We've still got a few days just to kill until we get up there. We'll find something to do that. So we're going to run down in towards the Broadwater. A bit of southerly coming in a day or two. So we'll get down there and hide out of that. And then a bit of work. Ooh, terrible. But anyway, the boat's done its well, so I'll put a little bit of work into the maintenance that she needs doing. Anyway, it's been fun. Hopefully the sun stays out.
We kill another few days at Slipping Sands before heading for Boatworks.
Well, Bev, cheers. This is the last sundowners for the trip. We've had a great time. We've visited lots of places and revisited a lot of places as well. We've had the most magnificent weather this season. What do you think's been the best part of the trip, Bev?
Hard to say. I think that we've seen an awful lot of magnificent beaches, an awful lot of magnificent waterways, and we've met some really lovely people. Some of whom we'll see again, I'm sure, and we'll keep in touch with us. So that'll be a great treat as well.
Thanks for watching our videos, and keep an eye out. We'll be back doing this again pretty soon.